Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. How's everyone doing today? I am doing okay. Hanging in there. I don't know where everybody's at this morning. Probably still trying to get into the groove, just like I am. Let's see. I had four sales going out today. Um, Not bad. I had to go look for a couple yesterday. Last night, I had to go and wrestle up some sales. Things, things were really good, and then they kind of just dropped off. So I hope today is a little better day for a sale, for some sales. Two on Poshmark, two on eBay. So not too shabby, but it could be better. Definitely. Who's this? Nikki?
Hi.
I didn't even recognize you.
Why?
Your
Oh, because
hair's
I'm
down.
brown? I know.
What happened? Did
I
you
was
lose
just
your?
what
Did
was
you
letting it
lost your?
dry.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, did you lose your clip or something? And
No, I have it. I just
I like it. I like your hair down.
thanks.
I think it looks good. Let me see here. I need to go get mine cut because mine is just, I don't know, not cooperating.
Mm-hmm. Mine never cooperates.
I think, when I was in, good morning, Bridget.
Good morning.
Morning,
Uh,
Bridget.
Oh,
when I
Nikki,
was,
I like your hair. What?
I said the same thing.
I do.
I like it too.
I like it down.
Yep.
Anyway, go ahead.
Um,
Sorry.
when I was in California, so there's this purple, like a purple shampoo that you can put in your hair to give you kind of a purple. Uh, it doesn't completely turn your hair purple. It just gives you that kind of the like an undertone almost of, just a kind of a tint. So I tried that, and it wasn't as subtle as I wanted it to be. So, I mean, it did give me the tint, but it didn't. It just really, you really couldn't see much. So I left that stuff in North Carolina. So
Well, welcome, Sanjuana. I hope I'm saying your name right.
it's San Juana.
Sanjuana.
Uh huh. Good morning. Good morning. You're a lurker, but I give you a thumbs up always. That's awesome.
Nice.
Thank.
Morning, Jill. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that.
I hope you're part of our Facebook group so you can see what's going on.
Yeah, if you get a chance, go over to the Reseller Squad and on Facebook, and that's our reseller Facebook group. Has all the information over there. Have you been looking at Todd's um, item?
Yeah.
Oh,
Last time
I
I
have.
looked, huh?
I haven't looked at it this morning.
Last time I looked at it this morning, it was like 580 something or something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I don't know, something like that.
Okay. Anyone know what NRT and jewelry markings are? Couldn't find it on Google.
NRT is a jewelry manufacturing company that Avon uses. I don't
Okay.
know what it stands for, though, it said.
Yeah, I used to have a friend back in my hometown. Her name was San Juana. So,
Oh, okay. Oh, that's how you knew. Like, wow,
well,
you knew that
yeah,
pretty fast.
I'm from California, so,
True.
there's a large, um, Hispanic community.
Mhm.
You know, we that's I mean that's kind of how we grew up. I I I can understand Spanish better than I can speak it. Probably not so much now because I'm not in that. I'm not hearing it every day. I worked in a pharmacy that it was on, in a really large Hispanic area, and the pharmacist was Hispanic, and just listening to them. Of course, he was always looking for people that were bilingual, and so you know, the majority of our life we heard that. So we heard Spanish.
Mhm.
So
My nephew married a Hispanic girl from California
hmm
because he lived out there for a while. Her name is Iveth, and it took my mom forever to
oh yeah.
pronounce her name.
Morning, Sally.
Morning, Sally.
Hi guys. How you doing, Nikki?
Good, how are you?
Morning, morning.
Good. Morning.
You look
How you
tired.
doing, Bridget?
Good.
I'm not.
Okay. Look at Nikki.
I've had a couple of breakdowns this morning. I'm like I'm very emotional this morning for some reason.
Uh-oh. Are you okay?
Just just thinking about people and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been like that all week with my daughter leaving.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just people that I've lost and friends that I have now, and just you just have to make sure that you appreciate people and tell them that you appreciate them and that you love them while they're here, instead of waiting until they're gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have a few regrets about that.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get down or anything, but I
But
love everybody.
yeah, you need to share that.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
It's okay to
to-
to be open about that, and
Mhm.
it's not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it a downer or anything like that. I mean, sometimes you have to talk about stuff like that.
And
Yeah.
it's true.
I
mean, you have to, because you take so many people for granted so often that they're just
Yeah.
always going to be there, and that's what it's
and you don't even realize that it could just take one little situation and they're gone.
Yep.
And I just
Well,
want to let you all know that I love you.
Well,
we
I
love you.
Sally.
Love you.
Not to change the subject, Sally, but how'd your fish tank people turn out?
They're gone. They're not sitting at my picnic table in the front yard, so I'm glad. Oh my gosh, I thought they were gonna camp out last night or something. I'm like, okay. I took my package out this morning. I'm like, okay, nobody's here, so I guess I'm all right. I guess they made it home.
Oh my gosh.
Why were they there so long?
Oh, tell the
my
story.
God.
Nikki's going to get it.
So they said they're gonna come pick up this fish tank that for $20. I had like filters and pumps and stuff with it, and I brought the price down for her since she was gonna come pick it up. I had it listed for like $35 on the yard sale Facebook group, and I brought it down to 24. And so I was like, yeah, if you come pick it up, then I'll give you a discounted price. If I come deliver it, I want full price. So she's like, oh yeah, we'll come get it. So she tells me 7 minutes before she gets here, she says, I'm on the bus and I'll be there in 7 minutes if they don't have to stop. So I'm out there waiting for, and so they get here. I go up to the bus. They're standing like in the doorway of the bus, and they're talking to the bus driver. And so like she hands me the 20. I hand her the box with the fish tank and stuff in it, and she goes, I don't know where we're gonna stay. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she goes, Well, the bus driver said that the bus is going to be like going different places for like 3 hours and not coming back this way for 3 hours. So we would have to stay on the bus for 3 hours. And I said, well, I don't have room for you in my house. So, I even told her that I wasn't even going to be here,
I said, this is
And
a
so,
story.
and so,
Oh my God.
so I'm like, I don't know what to do. And they should have prepared better. They should have told the bus driver, we're going to need a ride back, to our house, to make sure that they're on the right bus or whatever.
Mhm.
So,
Or just stay on the bus for 3 hours. What else are you
Yeah.
going to do for 3 hours?
well, they wouldn't let them. They
Oh.
wouldn't let them stay on the bus and ride out that, So they got off the bus left, and they're standing out in front of my house for I don't know how long, and said that they were going to walk to the store with the box with a fish tank in it that was probably about 15 to 20 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And then she had this old lady with her too.
Oh Jesus.
And I know. And I just felt bad. And, no, it wasn't like a disability type bus, Jill. It was like a mini bus that, it's just a community bus.
Yeah.
It's like 75 cents to ride, and stuff. So anyways, she's like, okay, we're going to walk to the store. And I'm like, oh my God, I just didn't even know. I had to put it out of my mind because I kept thinking about these people,
Sure.
So
Uh,
I just, it was just, they should have prepared better. If
Yeah.
they're going to ride the bus to come pick up a dang fish tank,
Right.
which isn't important, it's
Right.
not like they're going to pick up their meds at the pharmacy or something,
No.
it's a freaking fish tank.
Yeah.
So,
Are they still sitting in your front yard?
No.
I must have
So-
missed all that whole fiasco.
Well, you had Gary's birthday and
Yeah.
your daughter, and so you were kind of in and out. But yeah, I mean that's just crazy that somebody would, and I'm sure that they were probably trying to get a ride, trying to make
And
you feel
Yeah.
I went in there to Brad. I'm like, good news, we sold the fish tank for $20, but bad news is there's people that
Have
are
to move in.
stranded in our front yard now.
They're moving in.
And he's like that too. He's like, well, I can run out to my mom's house, see if I can get her vehicle, come
No.
bring it back, and then, pick them up and then take them to, their house or whatever. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
No. They
That's
need to
not
give
our
them some goddamn
responsibility.
money if it's going to happen.
When she was telling this story and they were sitting out at her picnic table, I said, this is such a Nikki story.
That
It's like
is.
something that would happen to Nikki.
I'm sad I missed it.
oh my gosh.
It's just, like, I wouldn't have had a problem giving them a ride if I would have had, because I only have 2 seats in my van, and
Yeah.
it's a cargo van. It's not, it's not meant to have people ride in the freaking back or anything.
No, 'cause then
So
you're putting yourself at risk. First of all, you don't know these people,
Mhm.
true.
and they're poor, so you don't know what they'll do.
Yeah, well, but
Try
I
to
live
take-
in the kind of place to where, I wouldn't have been scared about that.
Well,
I
I'm
wouldn't have
just
been
saying.
scared about
Right.
them robbing
But
or anything
I'm just
like
saying.
that.
First of all, you just don't know them. Second of all, you don't know what you're going into when you take them home.
Yeah.
Third of all, gas ain't free.
Right.
And
they
it's
lived 15
definitely
to
not
20
free.
minutes away.
And that's
Yeah.
why you reduced the price, so you didn't have to go up there and take the fish tank.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you know me, I'm all for helping people out. I'm always helping people out, but no, you got to know when to say when. No, I don't
Yeah.
blame you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was nice of Brandon to think of that, but because we've all been there and whatever, but no, because then you end up. The problem is sometimes when you help people out, you end up opening
Mm.
a door, and they think that you're just going to
Yeah.
be there all the time.
And they have your phone
You know what
number
I
and they
mean?
be texting you.
They
all
have your phone number, they have your address, you know. I mean, hey, we're in the area. Do you mind if you give us a ride home? You know, we had some
Yeah.
cousins like that. They were very, very, I mean, dirt poor. Um, Not that that matters, but they were dirt poor. And the kids, one time, one of the kids come over and asked my dad for a ride home, and he said, "Yeah, no problem. It's our cousin, you know." And he knows that they were needy and stuff, you know, like they never had it. The parents never had a vehicle, so it's not like they could come and get them and whatever. No money for bus, you know. So my dad's like, "Yeah, I'll give you a ride." It was cold outside, so he gave him a ride home. All of a sudden, not even a week later, there he shows up at the door again. "I need a ride home, Nick. Would you mind giving me a ride home?" And my dad's like, "Yep, sure." And he gave him a ride home. And it just continued on. And he's like, "You know what? This ain't gonna, I'm not your chauffeur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you
Figure
need
it
to
out.
figure out how you're gonna get home before you go." You know, it's like, because that's just the way
Yeah.
some people are. They'll just keep asking and asking and asking. They won't, you know,
I
they
mean,
don't
and if you
appreciate
don't
the
have a
one.
vehicle, then you should know how to get around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like they should have known if they don't have a vehicle, then they should have known that they
I think
needed
they
to
knew.
tell the bus driver that they needed a ride.
Right.
I think
Or,
they
you
knew.
know,
They just were hoping that you would give in and
Mhm.
Sure. Sure.
not want them on your front lawn.
Yeah.
yeah, no
Well,
shit.
we're gonna camp out here tonight, and we'll see how long she lasts.
I'd have told them, "You guys go to McDonald's or something. Go somewhere else. You got your fish
Yeah.
tank. Now move along. You're not gonna sit here for 3 hours." 'Cause then you
Yeah.
feel like you have to sit there and entertain them or whatever, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Sally just kept peeking out the window at him.
2 comments. First of all, Sally, you should have pulled out your wand and apparated them back to wherever they needed to go since you got your Hogwarts hat on this morning.
I know, right?
And the second thing is, and I tell my boys, you know, when somebody gets in your car, you're ultimately responsible.
Yep.
Exactly.
Even if it's not
That's
your
another
fault, they're going to be hitting your insurance
Mhm.
if they
Mhm.
can't get anything out of the other person's.
Mhm.
And you're
Yep.
going to be held liable for it. So I don't
Mhm.
like strangers in my car. Now,
Yep.
if I was up there, if I was up in Nikki's neck of the woods, Poplar Bluff, Wisconsin or Minnesota or wherever, and she said, "Tom, I'm broke down," I would go get her and take her home or take her where she needed to go. I'm not putting strangers in my car.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
Yeah.
that's just the way it is.
No.
Because, like I said, it might not be your fault, but somebody
Hmm.
could run into you, and then it's your problem.
Yeah.
And
And,
these days, you never know if they would plan that ahead of time.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you know, you if you watch enough TV, you see all the ads from Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe,
Hmm.
or Bend Over and Take It. You know,
Yep.
there's attorney. That's who they're going to go get. They're going to go get.
Oh sure. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was
it's
another
just-
point that I was gonna say, but I totally spaced it out. But yeah, that's another thing. I mean, just the liability.
Mhm.
Nikki, you at
There's just
Applebee?
there's certain areas though that I know, like if I was in California, I probably wouldn't have people come to my house for one thing.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
If but because I live here, most people know where I am anyways because it's such a small town that they know that I work at the gas station. So I'm kind of well known anyways, or my face is anyways.
Oh, so
Yeah.
so we have to say about her. Don't you know who she is?
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about me.
So,
Hey, who knew we had a celebrity in our midst?
So it does, to me, it doesn't matter that people come pick stuff at my house, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that wouldn't be in for that,
Yeah.
even. So, so I mean, it's a different area here.
Yeah.
It's, most people know that if they come to your house, that most people have guns, so
Yeah.
they could protect themselves.
Yeah.
Because this is a very wide known place for hunting and stuff like that. And
I prefer you not to get in that situation, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at yesterday
Yes,
when
I
I was
know.
at my dad's house. This guy came up to the door and rang the doorbell, and I went and answered it, and he goes, "Hey, do you guys recycle your batteries, or are you giving those away?" Because my dad had a battery sitting over by. My dad lives on a main drag, and it's a very busy main drag. And then just in front of his house is a frontage road, and then it's my dad's house. Okay,
Mhm.
so I looked at it yesterday. My dad's truck is parked here, and then there's way behind that, up next to the house, there's a grill, and then the battery was sitting right next to it. Well, just driving by on this busy road that he lives on, I don't see how they would have seen that battery from there.
Oh, so
So
you
he
think
must
they
have
might have
been.
been?
I'm wondering if he was snooping around,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
So I told my dad, I said, "Well, you better make sure your cameras are working because there's somebody sniffing around your place."
Yeah.
And what would he have done if I didn't answer if he thought nobody was home?
He would have taken it.
All right.
You know, because my dad's van is always in the garage, so it looks like nobody's home,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And what would he have done? What else would he have taken besides that battery, you know?
Yeah.
So,
A
yeah.
friend of mine had his house broken into, and he has two great. He and his wife have two Great Danes, and they're the biggest damn Great Danes I have ever seen in
Oh
my
my
life.
God, cute. I love Great.
They sleep in the house. They're good dogs. You know, they don't run around or anything like that in the house. But this guy, these two guys kicked the back door in. And of course, when they kicked the back door in, the alarms went off and the lights came on in the house. And those two big Great Danes came flying down the stairs. And he was looking at their video, and he said, the dogs just wanted to play. The guys thought they were getting ready to eat them up.
Yeah.
Well, can you imagine two Great Danes coming at you? Oh my God.
I would have pissed my pants.
Well,
Oh, you probably can't.
the male is solid black from the tip of his nose to the tip of his tail. And he said he has gotten up during the middle of the night and gone downstairs. My friend has gone downstairs in the middle of the night to get like something to drink. And he don't turn any lights on. And then all of a sudden, he turns around and that dog is staring him in the face.
Oh, shit.
Because, like I said, there are some big Great Danes.
Mm.
But he said they just wanted to play with the robbers, and the robbers thought they were getting ready.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're pretty doofy dogs, but their size will intimidate a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
those big jowls. Yeah. Well, when we had a Saint Bernard, yeah, people thought about it when they come to our house. You know, there were lots of people who would drive up into the house, drive up the driveway, and Jake would come out and be looking right directly at them through their car. You know, because he didn't have to jump up; he just stood that tall. And yeah, they were intimidated, like Jehovah's Witnesses and stuff. Yeah, there was lots of them that just backed out and was like, "Nope, I ain't even gonna."
My friend also has a cat, and the cat's older than the dog, so the dog thinks the cat is their mama.
Oh, cute.
She'll hiss at them or spit at them, and they'll cower and go lay down, you know, that kind of thing.
The cat's probably meaner than the dogs are.
Yeah,
I would love to have a Great Dane.
Those dogs are the biggest babies. They have a queen size bed. They have their own bedroom. They sleep on their own bed.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway,
the problem is like Jake. The bigger the dog, the lower their lifespan. So I only had 4 years with my Jake, and he had a perfect bill of health. I just had him at the vet a few months before that, and he had a perfect bill of health. And he was only 4 years old and died. Just I played with him at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I ended up waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I tripped over him. He was dead.
Oh,
that quick. Yeah. So ever since then, and that really hit the family hard. I mean, the whole entire family, not just not just me and my kids, but I mean the whole entire family was affected by this because he was such a loved dog. And it was it was actually Amanda's dog, but um he was such a good dog because Gus, he was a Beagle mix, and he was like, if I didn't know better, I would have thought he was human. He was so smart, and he would like protect me. And like when Jake was little, a puppy, he used to come and pull my pants down, or he'd come and he'd bite me in the butt, and he was just playing, but he still was annoying. Well, anyways, he would come, and this was right after a knee surgery, and I was unstable on my feet, and he would come and charge me as I'm getting out of the car. So what Gus would do is he would go and bark at him and chase him away, which Jake respected that because he was his elder, you know. And but it was like Gus was teaching him.
Right.
Because as soon as Gus died, it was like Jake transformed into the man of the house, the man dog of the house. And he would like, when I would work out in the garage all hours of the night, he'd sit out there with me, rain, snow, anything. He would just sit out there with me and make sure I was okay. And then when I'd go into the house, he'd walk in front of me and make sure that I was following him, you know. And I mean, he was just a great dog, you know. And yeah, I only had 4 years with him. And me and Amanda, we were at a steam show about a year after he died. And there was this beautiful St. Bernard. And he was the classic looking St. Bernard, not the goofy looking one with the weird face. Anyway, we saw this St. Bernard, and she was so beautiful, and she looked just like Jake. And me and my daughter were sitting there petting her, and we're just bawling our eyes out. And this lady's like, "Are you all right?" And it's like, "We just lost our St. Bernard a year ago." You know, I mean, this really affected us. You know, I mean, it was sad. And yeah, I want a Great Dane, but I can't go through that. You know?
Listen to her. She's boohooing a year later over a dog. When poor Gary goes, she'll blow the horn in his truck as she's going to the casino as she drives by his funeral at the cemetery.
Yeah, I got good life insurance on him. No,
That is important.
I'm just kidding.
He's like, no, she's not. So it's getting cold down here. Is it cold up there?
No, it's only
18 today.
we got 25. I don't even know what the high is supposed to be.
And in the middle of the night, it's supposed to get down to 1 below.
We had snow last.
That's 1 below 0 for you Southern people that don't know what that means.
Right. That's in
Oh
the
no,
night.
Beth is a little emotional too this morning.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Must have been.
What's wrong with us?
she's going through some stuff.
We're all in sync.
Okay.
Oh God.
30
Well, she's trying to quit her. She wants to quit her job, and she's torn, like all of us have been
Yeah.
in the past. Do we quit or don't we quit? When is the best time to quit? Should we, you know, what are we going to do about health insurance? What are we going to do about these bills? What are we going to do about this? I mean, she's going through the stuff that we've all gone through.
Yeah.
Sally's going through right now.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. You're not alone, Beth. We all love you and we all support you. And you're not alone. So if you need to chit chat or something, let us know.
You know, ultimately, you are the only one, you and your wife
Yeah.
are the only one that can make that decision, you know, and you just have to, if you have her support, I mean, her full support about it, and you know that you could work eBay and make the money that you need to survive and live, then, you know the answer. You know what you need to do. If you know, if that's going to make less stress in your life and make you so you're not, you know, sick and you're, you know, because a job can definitely make you sick.
Oh,
You know,
definitely.
it can make your health, I mean, decline so quickly. So, you know, you have to pay attention to that. And sometimes, you know, just getting a part-time job and doing eBay and, you know, something that might be better for you, something that's less stress. But then again, you know, in the comments last night, it said, you know, the stress of not having enough money can also, you know, be a stressor. So, you know, I don't know. I think
Well,
of it as a way as you have to do what's best for you, what's best for your health. You know what you need to do with eBay and the other platforms to make money. So, you know,
Well, think of it this way: if you want to do eBay full time, then do eBay full time, and consider your job that you have now as a part time job.
Mm-hmm.
That once you get when you feel like your eBay business is making enough money that you don't need the part time job anymore, then you get rid of the part time job.
yeah.
But you know, you got to have that money in, because, like Valerie just said, the stress from not having money will kill you. It will cause you.
It's true.
And this is the only business. I mean, this is the only thing. Excuse me. When you work for yourself, you can make an unlimited amount of money. The harder you work, the more money you can make.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
Right.
if you're working for somebody else, you're only gonna, no matter how hard you work, and it sounds like you work like a dog.
Yeah.
Well, except for my dogs, they're lazy, but you know what I mean. But it sounds like you really, really work, and you're still gonna get paid the same amount of money, no matter how hard you work. Yeah, there might be a little overtime or something, but still, you're in the realm of the whole thing. You're only gonna make so much money, and you can't make any more. So this way, if you own your own business or doing your eBay full time, the sky's the limit on how much money you can make.
Mm-hmm.
The harder you work, the more money you'll make. You know, usually that's usually how it works. But another thing is when I worked in an office, and I hated that job. I mean, I would literally cry that I had to go to work. I would cry on my way to work because I just did not want to go. And it made me get this, I don't know if it was like a sciatic issue or a nerve issue or what, but my back would hurt so bad. I got to the point where I had this problem and I had to walk with a walker. I couldn't walk. And I could only like take 2 steps and I had to sit down. I had to take 2 steps and sit down. I mean, and I was 40, like 42, 40, no, probably about 39, 40. And at the time, I mean, I was, moving around and stuff like that. It wasn't that I wasn't a slouch at the time, Anyways, so I ended up having to go get this epidural, and it took the pain away for about a year, and then it came back. And then I got the epidural again, and then the pain came back. I quit that job, and I've never had the pain since. Not even a little bit. And that pain was so bad. It was 24/7, never stopped. It was horrible. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't, nothing. All I could do was this pain just so bad it consumed my whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And when I quit my job, I haven't had it. What have I been off? 3 years now? 4 years? I haven't been working. 3. Anyways, I haven't had the pain since.
Well, if you ever have it again, because it sounds like it's nerves.
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor about what was it we talked about the other night, Valerie? Gabapentin.
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 They gave me gabapentin. Didn't even touch it.
It did.
Didn't even touch it.
Hmm.
No, they put me on Lortabs, everything. Nothing got rid of the pain. The only thing that got rid of the pain was that epidural, which is a nerve blocker. And when I was laying there and the lady's poking around, the nerve doctor that was going to do the shot, she's poking around. All of a sudden, she hit that right nerve, whatever nerve it was, and all the pain just flooded into me. And I started just crying and bawling my eyes out. I said, that's it. And she did that injection. It was almost instant that I didn't have that pain. And it lasted just about a whole year. And then I had to go have it done again. But like I said, ever since I've quit that job, I haven't had the pain since. Not even a little bit. Now I got rheumatoid arthritis, but
that was an office job.
It was an office job. It was a telemarketing kind of thing. Well, it wasn't telemarketing. I was taking calls in for GED testing and insurance testing and nursing all kinds of testing, and I would make them appointments. But yeah, it was a job where I could not move if I needed to. I had to stay right at my desk. We were timed on how long we could go to the bathroom. You know, I mean, it was
sitting too so
horrible. It was horrible. And I had a really nice chair, but it was horrible. I hated it. But anyways, yeah, so you have to stop and think. I mean, if I was still at that job, would I be crippled by now from that pain? Or would I be like completely in debt from keep on getting, because this shot was $2,000.
Oh my God.
I had insurance, but the insurance doesn't pay at all, you know. So if I would have stayed at that job, what would have happened to my body? Either A, I couldn't afford to have the shot anymore, and I would be crippled up, walking with a walker, if I could even walk anymore. What would have happened to me, you know? So you got to stop and think about what this job is. I mean, obviously, you're not having the same thing I am, but you are having stress. It is wearing on you. It's wearing on your body. Stress is like the worst thing for you and can make you so sick. So yeah, you just have to stop and think of what is, and nobody can make this decision for you. But let me tell you, I walked off the job that day, and it was a personal issue. They pissed me off. They owed me some money and they weren't going to give it to me. I walked off the job that day, and which I've never done anything like that before. I went to the auction that night and spent $200, and I've never looked back since. You know, I joke around and say, "Oh, I need to get a job because I'm lazy ass and can't get my work done." But really and honestly, truly, I don't want to get a job. It's
we
terrible.
don't want you to do that either.
No.
Huh?
We don't want you to go back to that.
That would take you into our time.
Yeah. But it's just, you got to do what's right for you. Nobody can make that decision, but between you and your wife, you should be able to figure it out. It's a really hard decision. Like I said last night, if you're waiting for so-called the right time, it's never the right time.
No.
You just have to make, like Valerie said last night, you have to take the leap, or you never will.
Yep.
And like you said last night, and I said that also. Now I have a husband that makes decent money. He can pay the bills, but we won't have anything else. Like we'd be eating ramen noodles and hot dogs probably if I didn't work. But there's other things that you can do. You said your wife works, she makes a decent amount of money. Maybe she could get you on her insurance. You guys are married, right? There's just other options. Maybe you could move into a cheaper place, just different things, if you had to, or in the ultimate, if you had to, you could go get another job.
Yeah.
Or just list like hell.
And list like hell. Yeah, just list like hell. Now she has family issues with people that she does caregiving and stuff for. So I asked her last night, is family going to keep you from doing your eBay? Because that happens to me a lot. You guys see that. And so because she kept talking about being more time with her family. You have to also look at that. Is your family going to not think of this as a real job and try to pull you away from it? So you'll have to work that out too. Mm-hmm. She doesn't think so, but
I'm sorry, Nikki does eBay? I thought she was an Uber driver.
Yeah. Uber for my family.
But it's a difficult decision.
It is.
Yeah, it is. You can't take it lightly. But yeah, eventually you're just going to have to take the leap. You're never going to just be like, okay, now's a good time to quit my job. It's never going to happen.
It's never going to be a good time. Nope.
There's always bills that are going to come up. There's always your boss is going to have a crisis and need your help, blah, blah, blah. I would although wait for that bonus that you're close to getting. I would wait for that.
And it's going to be the same way here with eBay. You have these slumps where you don't sell anything and you're going to stress over that. But you just got to be in the position to have a little bit of money in the bank to help cover the months.
And if things are slow, you just start selling something different. along with the stuff that you're selling. Find other things that sell. You know, start going to different places to source, that kind of thing. You know, I mean, you can always get through the slow times, you know, and work your eBay, you know, do sales, do promoted listings, do resetting your store, adjusting your pictures, adjusting your titles, all that kind of stuff. But the thing is that if you don't have your job to go to every day, you have time to work with that.
Yeah.
And sit there and figure out what's going on with my eBay, why ain't I selling, and then figure it out, and then you'll be selling again, you know. And if you sell enough different stuff, usually the slow times really don't affect you as bad.
No.
Look at everybody's what I sold videos to find out what other people have sold. And
I didn't mean to like take over the show, guys. Sorry.
Let me tell you what I bought yesterday to change the subject for a minute. There's a guy he called me. He has a bunch of plumbing. He bought it at an auction. I don't know. There's like 3,000 pieces of small plumbing things. Like washers and specialized stuff. And so I got some numbers from him and I checked them. But he was wanting almost $3,000 for all that stuff.
Ooh.
And I'm like, you know, I can't do that. And so he texted me yesterday. He said, man, I need $500. Can we do a deal? I said, you want PayPal or you want cash? So he's going to deliver them tomorrow if it's not raining. And if it snows, all I'm going to say is let it snow, because I need to get all this crap listed.
So basically plumbing fittings and washers and wow.
And there's like 10 and 12 and 13 of different ones. So it'd be like one listing and
that's good.
Quantities.
That's good.
Which is what I want to get to. I'd like to, you know, you hear a lot of the big eBayers. They're always talking about multiple listings and, you know, multiple quantities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that's what Bridget does.
Yeah.
You know, she has her 14 mopeds over there. They're all same you.
That's Kathy.
Where is Kathy today?
I don't know. She's probably in a locker somewhere.
Yeah, she bought another one and she's trying to keep it under the radar so Bridget won't try to compete with her.
Oh,
No. It would be Marcel buying it.
Because, you know, Bridget's where she was talking yesterday, she's getting ready to have nothing to list.
No, I wouldn't say nothing.
But we're auction people, so you just have to go to one auction and you got plenty to list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things. I've not been to any of the auctions like y'all go to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things after the first of the year I'm going to say, hey, baby, let's go to an auction. I'll buy you a hot dog and a Pepsi Cola.
There you go. There you go.
I'm there if you call me baby.
There, Todd.
Todd.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Todd.
Howdy.
What's
Well,
the good news?
Beth said she knows what she needs to do. She's just waiting for that push. Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job.
Yeah. I mean,
After your bonus. Quit your job after your bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, you know, it was I was getting sick a lot, and I you know, and Mike knew that that's what I was pushing for, you know, and he popped off one night and he says, "Why don't you quit your job?" And I was like,
Woohoo!
"What?
I know.
Are you what?"
Yeah.
And I was like, so it kind of took me a little bit to, you know, for everything to kind of sit in, because I did have insurance, but we looked at, you know, all the pros and the cons, the money, you know, all the amount of money that I was, you know, spending daily, just to get to work, because it was an hour commute,
Oh my
and you know, all of the little bits and pieces, like the insurance, we had an $8,000 deductible.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even, unless it was like a catastrophic thing that happened, we weren't even going to meet that every year. So really, there was no reason to even have it. You know, and we just kind of broke everything down and figured we'd actually be saving money for me to be staying home and working. So, you know, I decided that, you know, that was what I wanted to do, and I my last day of work was on April Fool's Day, and which was awesome. And when I left the place, we had the song playing, blaring, "Take this job and shove it," and I had it all planned out. You know,
Burning her bridges.
yeah, oh yeah.
Morning light.
But you know, it was. Did I second guess myself? Oh heck yeah! You know, I was in it for a month, and I was like, already looking for another job.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike didn't even know I was looking for another job, and he found out, and he's like, "So what? You're just gonna, you know, blow this off?" And I was like, he said, "You're just gonna have to work harder. You work harder. You know, find the stuff that sells. You know, you're gonna have to do this." So
Sounds like he was a good guy.
he was an encourager, and he, you know, he supported me even if I didn't support myself or didn't have, you know, full faith in myself. He supported me, and yeah,
And that's what having a partner is all about.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But you know, a lot of people, a lot of couples with children, they work to pay daycare.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
When our children were little, we were paying $700 a week in daycare.
Yeah.
Now there was money left over from if you took that out of one of our paychecks. There was money left over, but thinking back about it now, you know, is it worth it?
right.
Is it worth the aggravation of having to? One of them gets sick, and you got to tell your boss you got to be out because you got kids.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
or as the case down here, it's going to get down to 17 degrees, and they cancel school. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they're third graders. You can't leave them at home by themselves.
No.
Now, some people would.
Who said that?
Give them some NyQuil. They'll be out for hours.
That'll be all right.
But
Morning, Tara.
Hi. When I was a kid, my friend, who her mom worked and her dad worked, and they were struggling. So when she had the third baby, I mean, she was the middle girl. When she was 8 years old, her responsibility was staying home and taking care of her baby brother. I mean, amazing, because now somebody would be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you left an 8-year-old to take care of a baby."
Oh yeah.
But
Right.
it's what it had to be. You know, they had to have the money coming in. It was just like, we have to have this kid do that. I can't afford daycare and I can't afford a babysitter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. People frown on you if you leave your kid at 15 alone
You know?
Yeah.
these days.
So, you know,
Well, she said she feels really supported, and you are very
Oh,
supported
absolutely.
here.
yeah,
If you ever
whatever,
need to come
whatever.
on and chit chat with us, you know, we're always here. And you said your mastermind groups does hangouts all day. Sometimes we do hangouts a lot. So, you know,
Yeah.
come in and chit chat with us. We've all
who
been
was
where
the
you're
challenge
at.
yesterday?
I had a hell of a time quitting my job because, you know, my kids were at home at the time. They were still in high school. Well, the one was. And I had to keep my insurance. You know, I was worried about my insurance. And because my husband's insurance, if he would have taken on the family of four, it would have been like $900 a month. And with me, I was getting my insurance for like $250 a month. And it was better insurance, you know. And so, yeah, it was really tough for me to quit,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
you know.
Nikki, where you parked at today?
I'm parked outside Big Apple Bagel.
Oh,
There you go.
I thought it was Applebee's.
No. I didn't get a Big Apple Bagel, though, today. I should have, but I didn't.
How's the weather there? Cold?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be a high of 18 today.
Heat wave.
Tap the coop.
Prove that. I owned that behind would have moved south by now.
I don't know. Jim said when he pulled in our house in Kentucky, the ground was covered with snow.
Oh boy.
I mean, not like here, he said, but it was covered. So,
Yeah.
Well, he might get some more before the weekend's over.
well, I think he's gonna try leaving tomorrow.
Well, my thing is I don't mind the snow. It's warmer when it snows.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I don't like the brutal cold. That's what you're gonna enjoy, Tara, is the brutal cold.
I don't like it when it's like we get like 18 inches of snow, and then you got about a day and a half to clear that out, because after that it's going to be a cold front where it's going to come down out of Canada, and that wind chill is going to be like 20, 30 below and blowing like a son of a gun.
Yeah, and all that snow becomes ice, and you can't move it the rest of the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like when I drop my son off at school, when you walk or when I pick him up, the way you walk out of the front of the school is facing into the wind. And the snowmobile derby track is right there, and that wind comes across. You know, like when you're walking and your eyeballs, you can kind of feel them just kind of freezing a little bit. It's like they get a little stiff, like your ears are a little stiff on your eyeballs. And that's when you know it's getting cold.
Do you dress Brandon like the little brother on A Christmas Story?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? I can't bend my arms.
No, because he doesn't ride the bus to school. I take him every morning, so he don't have to wait at the bus stop. So I told him, just leave your snow pants and your boots in your locker, because I have to have them for recess. But he just goes with his winter jacket. He's got this rabbit fur lined blaze orange hunting hat he wears and these big gloves. But he's just in his jeans and tennis shoes otherwise, because he only has to walk like, not very far. I drop him off right in front of the school, and he's in the school.
They don't make them wait outside till the bell rings?
No. If you go there early, they get to come inside, and they can go into the library, because you can start dropping off. Like, school starts at 20 after 8, but you can start dropping off at like 7 or 7:30, because some kids get to eat breakfast at school. So they go to the LGI, and they can have breakfast and then go to the library, and then they can go out on the playground for about a half hour before school if they want.
You Northerners live such an entirely different life up there.
Yes, we do.
And I'm not saying that to be ugly. Y'all really, really do.
Well,
Yeah, it's crazy. Go ahead.
Like, schools around here, they're all enclosed. There's not it's like one big building, and usually it's like 2-story. It's not usually 1-story. We're used to, walking down the hall, outside and going to class. It's not it's not enclosed. Everything's on the outside and
in California.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched 90210. I know how.
Yeah, we know how your schools are.
I just want to know, which character were you? Were you the slut or were you the bitch?
Oh shit!
She was both. She was a bitchy slut.
I would say I was a little of both, but anyway.
Because all those girls on that.
She's like, let's freaking change the subject quick.
I want to hear about Todd's watch. I heard a rumor he got offered like $3,000 for it.
Holy crap! Yeah.
So when did that
was
happen?
pretty crazy.
What did he do? Listed on eBay yesterday?
He
He's
did.
not even listening.
He's walking around.
Walking around.
Oh.
Come on, Todd. We're talking about you.
Give it up.
He loves
guess
talking about himself.
He was like Ricky Schroeder when he was younger in Silver Spoon.
Rich.
Todd, are you there?
Yes.
He's muted.
Okay.
Oh, there you
Tara wants to know about your watch.
Oh my God! I got all chewed out yesterday because I did the Jim and Tara School of Auctioning. Everybody said, "Take it down, take it down."
Well, what'd you start it at? Oh, did you take it down?
300.
He couldn't take it down because he already got a bid.
Yeah, he'd already gotten a bid.
So he was stuck.
Well, I didn't want him to take the auction down. Oh, I wanted him to take the auction down right away when the person emailed him because I wanted him to start it for hire.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like an old watch. It's this one without a band.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jim knows more about watches than me, but that does look like
I wanted him to restart the auction at a higher, do some research and find out about this watch a little better, and then restart the auction at a higher price.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody within 10 minutes of him listing it, this person emailed him or messaged him and said, "Hey, will you take $3,000 for it?" Makes you want to look at that watch just a little bit closer.
Well, let me ask you this, Todd, how many watchers do you have on that watch already?
42.
I will tell you this. This is one thing, and I know you started low. Every time I get an offer like that, it never sells for less than that offer.
Yeah.
So I will tell you that. I've never had an auction where I get an offer where the auction is sold less than what the offer is. With that kind of watchers, I mean, it'll go up. If that's what it's worth, it's going to go up there.
It is bid to 610 now.
It should work out, I hope.
I got another offer this morning for 1,800
Wow.
on the price on the eBay message.
How old is it?
What'd you say? 1946?
This one I could not identify. There's two numbers on the case. And I tried sending pictures to their website, but their mailbox is full. So if one of them is the serial number, it's 1958. If the other is the serial number, then it's 1942.
I wonder if it's a 42 and it's like a World War II watch.
And he only paid $200 for the whole lot of watches that he got.
Yeah.
Everything.
Did they supply watches to the military at all? Do you know? Did you find that out in research?
No, I didn't. What kind of research did he do? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
How long is it running?
But this is an item that is a French. Is it a French company?
It's a Pepe Le Pew company.
No, it's a Swiss watch.
It's a Swiss watch. Okay.
Oui.
Was this the railroad one you were talking about, or no?
What?
Was this the railroad watch you were talking about, or no?
No, that's a different watch.
No, that's a completely different one. Yeah, John, this goes for seven days.
And Tara, he's got another watch by the same maker.
Good.
Yeah, he does.
It'll be a good
I talked
Christmas
to
shop.
a rich friend of mine who has a watch collection. He said he thought this one was worth 1,800 to 2,000.
Wow.
The other one he said is probably worth more. He figured it would be worth this one 2,000 to 3,000.
Wow.
That's not the one you have up right now, right?
No, I haven't listed this one yet.
Well, you should check this thing because I just briefly a 2-minute search and it says that Wool Cotier or whatever you say it, they didn't make watches for British GIs in World War II. So you could be having military collectability.
Wow.
Yeah.
All I
don't care
know
if it's collectible or not. I'm just happy I'm making a huge profit.
Yeah.
Gwen went to school today with a big old smile on her face and singing, "I'm in the money."
Yeah.
No,
like,
I didn't tell her yet.
He hasn't even told her.
Yeah,
He's waiting.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
He told her, are you kidding me? He was waiting by the door like a little puppy dog.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Glenn?
Guess what happened to me?
She was like, "Oh my gosh." Oh, here's another message from a prospective buyer.
Oh, Jesus.
She says, you just go to your girlfriend's anytime you want.
That's right.
You keep going.
Yeah.
You even might have to take her out to dinner. Or buy her a carton of cigarettes or something.
Oh, this buyer now says this is the guy that turned down at 1,800 this morning.
I wonder if this is one of these fly watches, though, because I will say, I mean, I haven't found this one exactly, but you have a lot of these World War II flight watches have these like other dials, whatever the hell those things do.
What did this guy say?
He said, after I turned him down and said, I like to gamble, I'm going to let it ride. He said, I totally understand. I'll follow it and see what happens.
Good.
I mean, his first message was nice. He said, curious if you take $1,250 right now. My grandfather had one just like it, but was lost years ago.
Trying to give you a sob story.
Yeah, I'd like to gift it to him for Christmas. And I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
I had a grandfather too, whatever.
Don't listen to those stories. They lie.
my grandfather wore Timex.
My favorite is I'm doing some private work for a school that's doing a charity, blah, blah, blah. And we'd really like to have prizes and stuff like that. Would you be willing to donate some of your items to our church? No.
Make me an offer, though.
Yeah, though I've said that. Well, you can make me an offer. I do make discounts. No.
You know, I sold, those little Christmas things, those village pieces I was listening to the other day.
Yeah.
I sold one of them. It's a little marching band. And this woman said, I'd really like to have this. My son started band this year and he, blah, 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 blah. Would you accept? And I forgot how much it was, but I know it was 50 cents less than my asking price.
Oh.
50 cents. And I just think, accept.
Yeah. Sometimes
then,
just people like to feel like they won.
And it had nothing to do with that he was in the marching band. It was the fact that it was 50 cents less than what I offered.
Yeah.
Or I asked for. Todd, next time you get one of those those stories like that, say, look, dude. I'm sorry about your grandfather losing his watch.
No, here's one that's.
But I have a 20-year-old wife that wants to do boob job, and I got.
Here's one that's similar to it on eBay right now, and it's a $4,200 buy it now. I mean, it's similar. It's one of these chronographs, but yours has the some little numbers around that outside of that dial, like for that part,
Yeah.
I think it's a military one.
Yeah, it's got 4 dials. I don't know why. It's got a regular second hand.
Yeah.
But one of the little dials is also ticking off seconds.
I think it's a military one.
And then one of them goes up to 30. So I'm thinking that's days in the month, maybe. And one of the dials goes up to 12, so I'm thinking that's months of the year. So
Yeah, but sometimes weren't some of those flight watches, don't those other dials, they're like for like precision, like,
bombing runs and things like that.
Yeah, for like your timing with your squad or whatever.
Because I saw on the History Channel one time they were talking about the old bombers, and the bombardier, I guess, the person that pushes the button to drop the bombs, they would give him he had like a bezel on his watch that he could set it, and then when the pilot said, like 17 seconds to our target, then he would hit the button.
Yeah.
And so he timed where he was at.
Yeah.
I
found one that is on eBay for $4,200 buy it now. That's very similar, slightly different around the clock numbers. It has numbers on it, and yours doesn't, or vice versa. But I would guess that's probably a military one.
Now,
possibly.
Well, I'm glad for you, Todd. Good job.
Yeah. You better give that girl some sugar when you go back over there.
Don't tell tell her about it. Don't say, "Oh yeah, well,
No.
lady, guess what? I just sold your watch for $3,000."
No.
No,
You want to sell me cheap?
this is who
Definitely not.
Todd's got to worry about. His boys watch this show every night.
Yep.
Oh, Dad's got some money. Let's go.
Woohoo! That's funny.
No, they
I need a
don't
brake
watch my
job for my
show.
car, Dad.
They tell you they don't watch it, but in reality,
one of my videos.
Now you can just stop and think, man, why did I waste all that time at Home Depot?
Oh, I'm telling you, there's no telling how far it could be in this business now.
you'd still be full time like you are now.
You don't know how something might have come up that would have sent you off in a different direction.
Yeah.
Instead of being at Home Depot working, you might have been out going to another old lady's house and got in a car accident and had to give up. You couldn't do any of it. And I'm not trying to be silly about it.
No,
Yeah.
no, everything
That's
happens
why-
for a
yeah.
reason.
You never know.
Everything happens for a reason. That's
Right.
why I said we
Mhm.
wouldn't have the present we have right now if we didn't have the past we had.
Yep, exactly.
Because I-
very true.
Oh, whatever. Y'all getting all nostalgic and crap all on me.
We're so happy for you, Todd.
I'm proud of you, Todd, though. You've come a long way. I mean, I remember when you first really started into the reselling a lot. And, I mean, you've really come a long way. You've learned. And
All right,
you have,
don't brag
you
about
have-
too much.
you have knowledge of
You're
silver
right.
and stuff and stuff. And you have an eye for watches and stuff. So, I mean, that really helps. But I'm just saying that you've really come a long way.
Pretty soon we'd see a big old shadow on his desk instead of the light, and that's from his head getting so big.
You've really come a long way from those toilet cleaners.
Well,
Just start doing his own show.
hey, I made a lot of money on those. I wish I had more.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, if I did something wrong now, I could certainly count on all of you to bitch me out royally.
I mean, that's a given. Look at what happened when you left the auction early.
I got your back,
That
Todd.
would be
I'll say
better
it.
now, or y'all would rake me over the coals.
That's because we love you, Todd.
Yeah.
It's our job. It's what we're supposed to do.
And if we weren't
We're your
picking on
sister
you,
wives.
you would
We
think
have
we
to do
didn't
that.
like you.
Sister.
If we weren't picking on you, you'd think we didn't like you anymore. You'd be
Right.
worried that we weren't liking you.
Bridget would be more like a blister
true.
wife.
Oh, Todd.
Yeah.
I got up to 42 offers this morning that I accepted all of them. 'Cause they were,
42?
excuse me. I got up to 4
Oh,
Oh,
offers.
I was like, wow, way to go, Tom.
I was thinking that too.
I know. That's
Up
a lot.
to 4. And they accepted the offers, and not a damn soul's paid yet.
No.
I know the person hasn't paid for my freaking boots yet either.
Aw.
I went and bought 3 more pairs. Spent another $6 on them.
So after you guys were talking about going to the thrift stores and getting Christmas stuff, after dinner I said to Chris, "Hey, let's go to the Goodwill," and he's like, "Oh yeah." All right." He knows I'm mad at him, so he'll go with me now because he's just sucking up. So he's like, "All right, I'll go." I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll go." Anyway, we get to Goodwill. It's closed.
Oh no.
Oh,
They closed for the day of mourning.
Oh.
Oh.
mm.
I thought that was the weirdest thing. And then we left there and we went around the block, and he goes, "Well, now where are we going?" I said, "Well, Salvation Army." So we went to Salvation Army and they were open.
I'm playing this as far as I can get.
And I got a yeah, I know, right? I got I don't know where it is, but it's a snowman. Like it's this big. It's big. And it lights up, and it's from dreamsicles. It's got little dreamsicles all over the snowman.
Oh.
Cool.
Did you ever
I got
get that dumpster?
Oh no.
No.
It's right in front of the stinking store, and people are constantly walking out there smoking their cigarettes, and so we stalked it for a little bit, and then every once in a while, somebody would leave, and we're like, okay, and we get closer, then somebody come back out to smoke a cigarette again. Like, what the freaking hell? But they
Is
closed
dumpster
it.
driving illegal there?
No,
Oh,
no, but they might yell at you. I don't know. But I'd rather do it when nobody's around. I'm not as bold as Sally yet. I'm taking baby steps. But
breaking in.
we might go. I might go tonight around 8 o'clock or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Chris goes because I was gonna go this morning after he left for work at 4:30. I was ready to go, and he goes, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "It's that packed. You wouldn't even be able to reach inside there." He says. I said, "I'll take my step stool."
There you go.
That's what I do. I keep mine in my van.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I love these things. Not that I really go dumpster diving, but I love my little.
I need to get
I love that grabber.
I used to have one of those. I loved it. Not for dumpster diving, but just for anything.
Yeah.
Sally, you don't have a grabber.
No, I need
Oh my
one.
God, are you kidding me?
I've been hoping to find one in the freaking dumpster.
I need one of those because right now I have boxes stacked up in my living room and I cannot get to my printer. So I have this big long flimsy thing with some kind of brush on the bottom of it, on the end of it. And it came in an auction box. I have no clue why I even still have it. But anyways, I grab that and I wrap eBay tape around it and leave the sticky part out. And I have to go and fling it over there to my printer and grab the label with my tape and bring it back over to me.
Oh my gosh, Nikki.
So I really need a grabber so I can grab those labels a lot easier.
Or just move the stuff that's in front of your.
Yeah.
Right.
My hands hurt.
Yeah, make a trail.
Bridget.
Why I stacked everything in front of my printer, I don't know, but I did. And anyways, now I'm
I'll
paying.
tell you but on the wrist thing, when Jim's wrists were so sore, he goes, they were so bad, I couldn't even grip a piece of paper to pull it. He would turn the ignition on the car. He would have to reach over and use his left hand because he didn't have the strength to turn the key on the car. I mean, he lost all his grip. It's coming back. He had no grip at all. I mean,
that's bad.
when we did when that alternator went out, I had to get a new battery. He goes, Tara, will you lift the battery out for me? He goes, I just don't have any grip to get it out.
I have to use these to start the truck.
Oh my God, Nikki.
Wow.
Did you lose the key?
No, I have the key. I have the key, but I have to use it to turn it. I can't turn it with my hand.
No grip either. Now it's better because he quit using the braces. He thinks that's what's making it better, or maybe it's just healing. But yeah, he would have to reach over with his left hand to turn the ignition key because he couldn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah, one day I was at the auction and I was eating a brat. And Gary actually had to come over and take the brat out of my hand because my hand had locked up. I couldn't hold it anymore, but my hand was locked in a spot, and he had to actually come and get it out.
Jim's not. He's a fairly strong guy, so he definitely messed up.
Yep.
He thinks it's gout. He thought it was his carpal tunnel. He goes, I think it's gout.
Could be.
That's why he quit drinking too, because he was getting this. We don't get drunk or anything anymore, but he would have a couple beers watching TV, maybe 3, and the next day he'd wake up, he'd have a pain in his back. He's like, oh my God, what if it's my liver or something? But he was looking on the internet, but that can also, a pain in the back, that can be a symptom of gout, and alcohol can cause gout. He quit drinking. Jim went dry. He don't drink nothing anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Bridget, hold up that coffee cup.
My coffee cup?
Hold it closer to you, or hold it beside your head. It looks like it's as big as your head. It is big as your head. You only get up one time a day, do you?
Like mine?
No, she drinks that much coffee. She has to get up many times a day.
This will hold almost a half a pot.
Dang.
Yeah.
Tara was talking about the life-size Santas the other day, and I had to take my son into CVS to the Minute Clinic to get a tetanus shot. And they have they're not life-size, but they're about 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And they're $199. So I thought, well, what the hell?
Did you buy them?
I scanned them on eBay, and they're selling for like $199 plus $35 shipping or something
For
like that.
what is it?
It's
The
a-
life-size Santas.
Wow.
Oh.
How much
You
did you
talk? And I told I asked the cashier, I said, because they're right across from where she was standing, I said, I bet you're glad that all these things are turned off. She says, yeah, our manager turns them on every day, once a day, just to make sure they're all working. And then he turns them back off because, they're
I would
making.
buy mine used at an auction. I never buy brand new.
No, I was just checking to see,
Yeah.
Well, how much do they sell for at your store? At that store?
$199.
Oh.
So there was they were basically, they
Yeah, but
might
you
have done just,
Did you say it was a CVS?
yeah, CVS.
Okay, well, because at the end of season, does CVS like Walgreens, where they drastically cut their decor, where maybe you could, get it for a good deal and then just sell them next year? You can sit on them.
Yeah. I forget maybe somebody had a bunch of those CVS bucks they used on it, to get some profit in there. But
I'd list them as soon as you got them. If you got them on sale, I'd list them as soon as you got them because there's people that buy Christmas stuff well into the new year.
Yeah.
We used to have one of those at my old house. My mom bought one.
We have the African American one that Jim kept. He won't sell it. We sell all the white guy ones, but he likes the African American one.
does he sound just like the white guy?
Yeah. Jim thinks he has a jazzier voice, but I played the white guy. The white guy's got the same exact voice. I'm like, they're not putting a different voice in him, Jim. Anyway, he's not.
So I do pay attention to what people are saying.
You do?
Yep.
That's good, Todd. Or I mean, Tom. Tom, the new Tom.
Pretty much one of the Except one has a $3,000 watch he's listing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just sitting here thinking, could be more. Could be more. Not you could just told that guy you can't put that $2,000 bid on it.
What?
You should have just told that guy to go ahead and put that $3,000 bid on that thing.
You might.
It'll get up there. Believe me, it'll get
I mean, his high bid could be $3,000. Who knows?
Yeah.
What does your wife think of your reselling, Tom?
You don't really say a lot.
No.
She like me to get some more crap out of this house.
Yeah.
I had to take her uptown to their annual Christmas party yesterday, which was the biggest waste of time. And on the way back, she says, we really need to get the living room cleaned up so we can put the Christmas tree up.
My daughter's been saying the same thing to me, Mom. And then I'll get that spot clean, and then I just filled it in because I emptied my van yesterday. She comes back home. She goes, "Are you kidding me right now?" I said, "You have no business in your own house."
I was actually going through a bunch of clothes yesterday, and there was a bunch of. My wife's a big girl, and there was a bunch of Catherine stuff in there, and I was like, would you wear this? And she's like, well, yes, I would. That's about $5 at Catherine.
Yeah.
That's right.
How about this?
That's right.
Oh, that's about $29.95 at Catherine.
I go through all the clothes I get at the auctions when I go through the closets and stuff. Oh, I keep all kinds of. That's the leather jacket that I wear now. I got from one of those closets.
Yeah.
There isn't even cheap tank tops at Catherine's.
No,
Catherine's
there's
is very
nothing.
expensive.
And she gets these things. She gets these, the off periods when they've moved everything back to full retail.
Yep.
Yeah.
She gets these 35%, 35% off when you buy $300 worth. Those kind of coupons.
Right.
Like that'll get me 2 outfits. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I filled up one of her dresser drawers with, after I washed everything, of course,
Look how nice you are.
with Catherine stuff. No, because she won't buy anything. She will not go. She'll go buy something for our kids or me.
Yeah.
Like I bitch so much about not being able to find any of my T-shirts because I'm a full-figured fella. Because my sons take all my T-shirts, so she ordered me 7 of these green ones. See how bright green they are?
Wow.
And I told my sons,
I like them.
they glow in the dark, just about. I said, if I see any of you,
That's one of my favorite colors.
is it?
Yeah,
You want me to show it to you again, Sally?
yeah.
Yeah, Tom, show us your titty.
Come on, Tom. Keep going.
Da-da-da-da.
See, I'm only doing up to my neck, so that.
I could, if I had some beads, I would throw them at you.
My eyes.
I'm trying to get some olives thrown at them.
Clothes will come for me or the boys, and she won't buy anything for herself. And I only paid like 2 cents a piece for these pieces, but she's probably got $300 worth of clothes in there now.
And Todd, what are you talking about? We've seen all the way up to your forearm before.
That's right.
That's right.
So
Yeah, you make it for
Yeah,
them.
that was pretty risque right there.
Ooh.
I've seen his chicken elbow.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. We've seen his elbow. Yeah, he was really getting.
I saw his forehead once.
A
No
picture-
way, you did?
Hello.
I mean, not Tom. I saw a picture of Todd in his life preserver with a T-shirt on it.
Hello.
Like one of those Mae West life preservers. I'm like,
Hello.
overboard.
I saw
I can't
There
hear
was-
you.
there was a picture that popped up of Todd on somebody's list or whatnot, or maybe it was his Facebook page. And I thought to myself, where's Mr. Forrester on Todd's Facebook page? Todd looks just like when my boys went to a private school, their head of high school looks just like Todd.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you. And Mr. Forrest thought he was a kid, so Todd,
Oh,
Yeah, Todd's the same way.
Hey, Tom.
Your opinion about looks really matters. Thank you so much.
Sally answered her phone. You told her she wasn't supposed to answer her phone.
Sally? Sally.
Yeah, I said that I couldn't hear him, but I really could.
You're off tonight, right?
I choose not to hear you.
Was at work?
No,
She wouldn't
I
do that.
answered it.
She wouldn't have done that to work. She would have said, "Yeah, I'll be right in."
Yeah.
Right there.
You're supposed to snatch up the phone and say, "Hola."
And then Tom would have jumped in his private jet and he would have been there in 2 seconds.
That's right. I'd have told him to fuel her up because I'm going to West Bucket, Michigan.
I gotta go rescue Sally from work.
It was so funny yesterday when my daughter got in the car and Todd was talking and she's like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It was hilarious.
Oh my God, Nikki, I love Gary's accent.
This morning he goes, I'm going to take my accent and go to work. I said, you're what? He goes, my accent, don't you know? And he's
I don't think I have a Pepe Le Pew accent next time or next. Yeah, she says do it next time. I don't know. I don't think I have a Pepe Le Pew accent.
I loved when Todd was doing his.
Oh my God.
That
Yeah,
was
me
so
too.
funny.
His
That
French
was
impression?
Oh yes,
when he was doing what?
His French
French.
impression.
Oh,
he was talking French or trying to anyway.
But his
Ooh
big
la
thing
la.
with French was Pepe Le Pew. That's what he was saying.
Hi, David.
I love Pepe Le Pew.
You're right there. I can't breathe with a cigarette. Oh my god.
Since Nikki brought up, I did not have sexual relationships with that woman. It made me think of they had a post. They had a picture of all the presidents on the front row of at Mr. Bush's funeral yesterday. Don't you know that was an awkward situation there? Nobody could stand each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I liked how the president in that speech gave several compliments to Clinton, and he just pretty much ignored Obama.
Really?
About Obama. Yeah. He said,
Huh.
"Thank you."
Not surprising.
Who was that?
George Jr. was giving a eulogy at the funeral.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it yet.
Yeah. Watch the recording. He says a few nice things about Clinton, but he doesn't say a word about Obama. So
Oh, really?
Wow.
No.
what a
Times are changing. It's the parties are changing. I'm not going to get political, but the parties are moving in different directions. Even
Yeah.
like what the Democratic Party was. I mean, I come from a Democratic family. That JFK Democrat, it ain't the party it is now.
No.
That's all.
A friend of mine, and I love her to death. We're really good friends. She is very left Democrat. And her father, before he passed away, he said that JFK would be considered a Republican now. It's not part that the party has changed.
Yeah.
But the Republicans have too. They've gone from all the hell.
You're almost open up for like a third party because, as I would say, you call Trump a true Republican? Not really. I mean, I'm married to a conservative Republican. Trump was a Democrat. I would call him more like a JFK Democrat than a Republican.
Yeah. I think that by the time we have the next presidential election, I believe that there's going to be some third and fourth parties coming out, and they're going to be coming out soon.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just because nobody identifies with either one of these parties now.
Right. Right.
I think that's why you're coming out with these like polar opposite kind of candidates.
Sure.
I don't want to make Valerie show political, so I'm going to
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Maybe the independents are going up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Sorry I brought that up. Doesn't take a lot to amuse me, but that's why I brought
We're
it
going to bring back
up. So.
the wheels.
maybe that's an old man thing because I'll see something, just start cackling, and Roberto will go, "What's so funny?" Such and such. Oh, okay, whatever. Go back to your little world.
That's right, Jill. That's right. She says, "How is everyone's sales today, Valerie?" I got 4 or 5.
I didn't sell anything yet today, but I had a really good day yesterday. I mean, I'm getting back on track. I was up over 400, so at least I'm getting the train back on the rails.
400 sales.
Over $400.
$400.
Yeah, I've got another ship's clock going off today, so my day is going to be good. Coming off auction, and it's at 155.
I sold a Balto plush yesterday for $71.
A what?
Remember that animated movie Balto about the sled dog? It
Yeah.
was like from the early mid 90s, I think. I picked up a plush at the thrift store. It was $1. It was a bigger one. I sold it for $71.
Wow.
Sweet.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Was that
What?
fuzzy?
Watch for that Balto.
I don't know who that was.
Balto's a bolo.
Oh.
Bolo.
Marco.
Bolo.
How many listings about everyone have? How many listings does everyone have? That's what Joe was asking.
Yeah.
I'm a little over 900.
Wow. Allie, you really are increased.
I
Yeah.
have almost 4,300.
I have about 1,500.
Okay, wait for it. You won't believe this. I'm at 1,675.
Ooh,
What?
A year ago, I was like over $3,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you've been taking a lot.
Slacker.
Or you haven't been listing a lot. You've been selling but not listing.
Yeah, I haven't been. Well, my sales are really bad when we were closing and stuff. So I was not listing and I was not selling that much.
I got about 950.
Mr. Part-time over there has 950.
Because I put up stuff that never sells.
Uh-oh.
Just keep
I
adding to it.
would disagree with that. I mean, if you count, let's see.
Oh, are we combining? Because that was just eBay.
See, my eBay is 42.51, but if I do like the quantity, because of that other auction I went to, I have like 3 or 5 of one thing, or so it's at 52.80.
Yeah. Yeah, and on my, I think Poshmark, I think I have.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's around 600 there too, but I have a lot of cross-listed items over there. So
I have 200 on Poshmark and I have 100 on Etsy, but they're not cross-posted.
is this 30-day totals or for December?
Huh? Wait, what?
We're not giving out sales. We're just giving out our what our stores have
How many
as far as listings. Yeah.
We're talking about listings.
Yeah. That's fine. No worries.
Nope.
I really don't. I mean, as far as like, money, monetary, how much have you made? I really don't give out that information. I just don't. I don't think that's relative. So.
I don't like to either.
Because it depends on what people are selling.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like to.
Although when I do my what I sold videos, I find sometimes I accidentally have that main screen up.
Yeah. But, to put it out, I just don't think it's important.
We don't want the tax man to listen to us, is what we're saying. No, Jesus.
Talking about money is vulgar anyway.
Right. Right.
And
I don't think how many items you've got listed matters a whole lot. Like if you've got 20 of these, you don't need 1,000 listings.
Right.
Yep.
That's true.
Like Todd has 20 of those.
Yeah.
No, but you get my point.
Close to it.
Yeah.
If you have stuff listed that people want to buy, you may not ever get to a high number anyway.
Right. Well, and
It's going to be gone.
I look all lumberjack today.
Okay.
I don't know. I hope that's in a good way, not like in a bad way.
Yeah, it's a very good color on you.
I don't know. I just looked in my closet and said, I'll wear this today. So
today is plaid day.
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely not ironed or pressed or, anything, rolled up sleeves and yeah. So
if we're going to start having dress up for the gallery show, I'm going to have to start missing it because I'm just not getting up and putting a suit and a tie on and
yeah.
You ladies getting in a posh frock with all your jewels and makeup on and stuff like that. That's just too early in the morning for 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to get some lip gloss on and run a comb through my hair.
So now we got comb our hair.
Huh?
Now we got to comb our hair for this. That's why I
yeah,
never
right?
had my camera on.
That's why you have hats.
Comb my hair with a washer.
Yeah, you and Jim both.
Oh my god.
I tried to brush it and it just wasn't doing anything. So I washed it. So it's
I need a
just
haircut.
flat.
Yeah. Mine's getting real like poofy. Poofy in the wrong spots and flat in the wrong spots.
Yeah.
Isn't that the way it usually happens?
Yeah.
Like, why are you sticking up there? Why couldn't you stick up over here?
Yeah.
You know, I love my wife more than life itself. But I was brushing my hair and she walked over to me and she said, you know, you're getting really thin up there. And I'm like, go away. We're not talking the rest of the night.
Got a good head of hair for your age, Tom. I mean, I bet you Jim wishes he had as much hair as you do.
You know,
I mean,
Yeah.
Jim without a ball cap on, I mean, he's pretty bald up front. His forehead goes a long ways up.
when I was young, my hair was so thick
My forehead
I
goes
have
all the
to
way
go-
around to the back.
and now,
Wow.
and now it's thinning out on its own.
Yeah. You still have a good.
Which my
Good head
doctor
of
says
hair.
is probably
Pretty good
stress.
hair.
Yeah.
You go with the comb over,
All
or
those-
the Donald Trump comb over. Just
Oh, I'll shut.
bringing it from the back all the way up the front. And there was a guy in our town. He must have been kind of in denial. He would get his hair would be real long at the back of his head, like by his neck. And he'd take all that hair and he'd comb it over the front. I'm thinking, who the hell you think you're fooling? You can see it's combed all the way,
Oh my God.
all the way up.
I will go to the barber and have them shave my head before I
Yep.
start that comb over crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim's got that. I mean, it's like a 1/4 inch. I mean, he keeps it real short.
But I will. And I told my wife that. I said, you better knock off the thinning jokes because I will, or the comb over jokes because I will go get it shaved to the scalp.
Mm.
I'm sorry. That's guys.
That's living a
sorry,
lie
I'm
right
offending
there.
anybody. I'm apologizing in advance. I think you don't have a good grip on reality when you start trying to cover it up.
Mm.
Go get you some of that hairspray, you know, the paint.
Yeah. Yeah. Get you some of that. Yeah.
There's a gentleman here in town who I think he dyes what hair he has black, and then he uses that stuff because he's got this nice straight line. Like you put a piece of tape across there.
Oh my gosh.
Maureen says she met Trump once and his hair looks like cotton candy.
Mm.
I should get
You want to eat?
hair tattooed on my head. It would look cool.
Oh yeah, it would be real great, Todd. You look like some kind of crazy biker person. No, my rule is no tattoos on your head or your face.
Yeah.
Because under it, where a shirt can cover it up, so if you had to go to like a bank and borrow money, at least you could say, well, I'm going to dress up. I'll cover up these tats today. I got to go see if I can borrow some money. But if you put them on your face, you can't cover them up.
You know, I was watching this thing on PBS, and this guy was interviewing these different young people. I'm not going to use the new phrase for them, but they were young people.
Uh-huh.
And some of them had been fired from their job or not hired for a specific job because of all the piercings and all the tattoos, and the tattoos were on their arms and their, around their neck and whatnot. And this one guy was on there. He looked like a clean cut guy, and he said he used to have the big spacers in his ears.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And piercings in his lips and his nose. And he went in for an interview, and the guy said, we'd really like to hire you. And the boy said, this is like a $180,000 a year job in Indiana. And he said, but the guy said, you don't meet our profile for our employees. And he said, what do you mean? He says, the gauges in your ears and all the piercings. And the guy said, if I take out the gauges and get rid of the piercings, can I have the job?
Uh-huh.
And the guy said, yeah. He said, I'll be back in a week. In a week, he went back in. He had taken all that stuff out, got a nice haircut, and had been to the doctor, and they had done some kind of procedure on the holes in his ears for the gauges.
Uh-huh.
And the guy said, you can start in a week. And the whole thing was, if you really want the job, all that stuff doesn't matter.
Right.
And if you've got all the piercings, you can take out.
Mm-hmm.
But the tattoos all over your face and head and stuff like that, you just can't take that off.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And when you're young, who's interviewing you for these jobs? People that are over 45, over 60. I mean, they're a different generation. They don't get it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, this looks like a punk or something,
Yeah.
I mean, times are changing. I know that. But.
Yeah, I will say that, like lately, I would say within the last 3 or 4 years, tattoos, visible tattoos are a lot more accepted than they used to be. Of course, tattoos on the face, and on your neck, that's a little more that's a little more difficult to I don't know, to accept, I guess. But like on the arm, like, what'd you sell, Sally?
I sold that. Oh, what is it called? It's a
Fish tank.
that light that that projector.
Oh, cool. What'd you sell it for?
It sold for 60. With the shipping and everything, it sold for 63.
Sweet. Good job.
Thank you. It's going to Oklahoma.
Awesome.
And don't get me wrong. If you like to have the tats and the gauges and the piercings and all, that's your thing.
Right.
You just have to deal with it.
Right.
I went back to the thrift store today.
That's the thing is that, when I got tattoos, I kept in mind.
Good job, Sally.
That I would need to make sure that they're short enough where I could wear a scrub top and them not be showing.
Right.
Yeah.
Or and like, the nose piercing. I mean, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people do, whatever, but I waited until after I was in this, career to do that, because I wouldn't do that. I when I was in the professional medical career.
I don't mind the stud in the nose. I don't think that looks bad. But my ex-son-in-law had the big bull ring through the middle part of his nose, and that I don't like. You know what I mean? It was the big bull ring right through that middle part, and I don't like that.
Yeah. So
I used to have lip and eyebrow.
I think a lot of people kind of get offended. I get looks, from the hoop in the nose, but whatever.
Grow up. That woman needs to grow up. She looks
son-in-law? I know. I was thinking that same thing, Nikki.
Get
it?
I mean, Jim's kids from his first marriage. So what the hell? She was married, but she's divorced. So what the hell would you call him? I don't know. Jim's daughter's husband.
I didn't know if you had like an older daughter or something.
No, my only child is Brandon. Jim's got a son that's 30, a daughter that's 28. His daughter was married and she's already divorced. He had the big bull ring through his nose. And I'll say he was a good IT guy, and he went to get a job in government at a police department, and they judged him because of it. So sometimes, like, you could be really good qualified. That might be that one strike where they pick the other person ahead of you.
Yeah.
Depending on who's interviewing, Not everybody's open-minded.
Well, Chris works with a kid, nicest kid, and he was so good looking. And he was going for his bachelor's to become a math teacher. And he was working as a machinist at Chris's work. He got a bird tattoo, like right down here.
Oh my God.
Tear his eye down. And Chris is like, he came into work and Chris is like, what were you thinking? You know, his professors at college said, you're going to have a hard time finding a job as a math teacher. You really,
yeah.
you know. And Chris told him,
Wow.
like, you want to work in a factory the rest of your life? Because that's pretty much what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine,
Wow.
his department just merged with another department, and his department manager always had like a business casual thing, you know, no jeans, but pants and at least a polo type shirt. Well, the new manager of that department, he likes to see guys. He likes to see more of a dress attire because they're going to be seeing a lot of high end customers. So he wants to have, you know, he wants the guys to wear shirts and ties, and the ladies don't have to wear dresses, but they, you know, they got to kind of dress a little bit better. And one of the guys said he was going to quit because
what the hell?
they were not going to tell him what he could wear to work. And my friend, who is like me, very opinionated and ready to speak what they want to say, he's like, yeah, they can, because you're meeting with their clients, and they want to look. Now, my family never worked in like textiles, but my dad and mom had a lot of friends that's all they ever did was work in a textile plant around here. And there were rules, like no jewelry, because rings could get caught in machinery.
Oh, yeah.
Or, you know, or earrings could fall out and damage machinery. They had specific rules about stuff like that. My dad had a good friend, and he didn't have a ring finger because his ring got caught on a machine and it snatched his finger off.
Yep.
Because he forgot to take it off that day. Take the ring off. But it's, you know, but like I said, my friend's boss is like, I just want a more business look. I want everybody to look like they're here on business.
Yeah.
But if you don't comply, there's always somebody else looking for that job.
That's right.
That's right. That's
like
right.
that, like the boy that was on that TV show. He liked his look. He liked the gauges. He liked all the piercings. But when it came down to $180,000 a year,
Yep.
it wasn't that
a lot
important.
better.
Yep.
But like I said, that's everybody their own. First of all, tattoos require needles.
Shit.
And Sweet Daddy doesn't do needles.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
You know, when I'm getting a shot, I have to look away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't do needles.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a tattoo, but I don't like needles. And I'm 45, and I'm like, well, where would I put it where it won't look like crap? And it's too much of a decision. Jim's got a tattoo on his arm, his upper arm, that he got in college, and they did it like prison style when he was drunk. And he said, oh my God, it was bleeding so bad with that sewing needle. He goes, I about passed out. They couldn't even finish it. It was so painful, he said.
The only reason why it was bleeding so bad was because he was drunk.
I don't know. He said it was so painful they couldn't.
Yeah, you don't get drunk to get a tattoo. That's not, and it's not because of regrets or anything like that. But but it's big. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you got it.
I just got that.
Needle and pen ink, or whatever the hell they use for ink, you know.
I was kind of concerned that for a minute because Tara had that long pregnant pause before. He got a tattoo on his arm.
No, he didn't let anybody tattoo any of his indiscretions.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
My niece got a little tattoo, and it's like hoof, like
oh yeah,
horses run across her stomach, or corner of her stomach. And she was at my parents' house in their pool, and my brother walked by her, and he said, "Savannah, come here."
Oh.
And he's like, "What is that?" And of course, she took her hand. She said, "What's what?" And was covering it up. And she was 21, 22. It's not like she needed his permission
Yeah.
or anything like that. But
That's something with horse girls. A lot of horse girls get the horse tattoo.
yeah.
A lot. I gotta go get a box.
Yeah, there's a lady. My brother talks about this, got a Shetland pony tattooed on her right breast. And he said by the time she gets to be about 70, it's gonna be a Tennessee Walker.
I had a friend whose daughter got a chipmunk tattooed on her ass cheek, and as she got older, they said it turned into an alligator.
Oh my god!
Well, there's the joke about it used to be women would get a little just like a boutonniere style rose, on their chest, and they'd say it started off as a boutonniere, and then by the time they get to be about 70, it'll be a long stem.
Oh my gosh.
But like I said, to everybody their own.
Yeah.
I just think these young kids that, and I say young kids, I'm talking about in their 20s, late 20s, they get all these tattoos all over their face and stuff like that, and then one of these mornings they're going to wake up and say, WTF, was I thinking.
Yep. Yeah.
And
What?
Oh, I got to ship this thing to down Plano, Texas. Sorry. Talking out loud to myself.
It's okay.
oh, there goes that squirrel, Tom.
No, it just popped up that it had been paid. One of my 4 items had been paid.
Good.
Yeah, Mother's Mustache, Sweet Daddy. That was from, it was the African American family in New York, JJ, whatever that was. They had the guy that was on the
Yeah.
He was
Good times.
Good Times.
Yeah.
And there was Sweet Daddy. That was one of the characters on there. Sweet Daddy. And Sweet Daddy doesn't do needles.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm old.
It's okay.
Oh,
That's
good.
all right. We like you old.
Yep. I'm going thrift store today.
Are ya?
What
Oh,
you
yeah.
gonna buy?
Got 60 bucks
Going,
in your account.
doing some shopping, huh?
Gotta go look for more Christmas stuff.
There you go.
Hank says you're forever sweet daddy now.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Sweet Daddy. And I have said that since I was like mid-20s. Sweet Daddy don't do needles, and I don't. When I was younger, and every 60, 90 days, whenever you could do blood draw, give blood. Roberta and I and about 4 other couples, we would go give blood at the Red Cross and then walk across the street to a German restaurant and eat and drink beer. So you just give a pint of blood, one beer goes a long way. But one of the girls that talked us into going, she knew I didn't do needles, and she stood there and held my hand and talked to me while they were sticking me in the other arm. Because I was scared I'd pass out. Because I really don't. I don't watch any of these horror movies or anything like that, because I'm scared they're going to stick somebody in the eye with a knife or something like that, or a needle, and that just freaks me out. So
I remember I gave blood. I was 17 years old, and I had given blood on my lunch break, and we were allowed to do it because we were 17 and all that. Then right after lunch I had cooking, and so I was sitting in my cooking class, and all of a sudden I passed out.
Oh no.
And so they put me in a rolling desk chair and rolled me to the office.
Oh my gosh.
And then they took me to the office, and they're like, well, go take her back to where she gave blood at. And so they rolled me halfway across campus in that desk chair. And they're like, had me wait there until I was feeling better or whatever, gave me like juice and stuff. And I guess I was fine. But then I didn't give blood again until when 9/11 happened. On that day, me and my husband, then we decided that we were going to give blood, and I continued to do it for many years because it made me feel better, and I didn't ever have a problem with it after that. What is this?
Woohoo! Get it?
Somebody's on fire.
Yeah.
You know what? I love Amazon. I love it for the fact that my wife orders a lot from Amazon because I get the best size boxes.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, they paid for the Power Rangers stuff that I got yesterday. That they bought yesterday.
Good.
Heck yeah, more money to go shopping with today.
Woohoo.
Silly.
So who won the thing yesterday?
It
The
was
challenge.
Liz.
And Tim.
Woo. Liz and Tim. Yep. But we did end up with over 20 people in the challenge, so that was good.
That was
Yeah,
really
that was
good.
awesome.
Hey, that's really good.
A lot of people had points too, didn't they? You had a lot of single pointers too.
I did. Yeah, there was 3 single pointers.
Oh, cool.
Something like that. Let me look here.
Look what I found at the Dollar General. And I got your number.
There was so Carrie had a point, and Thelma had a point, and Liz had 2 points, and Tim had 2 points.
That is too cute, Bridget.
Let's see.
Oh, I got the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer ones.
Oh,
The only
What do they do?
they're solar dances in the sun.
Otters or whatever you call
Oh.
them.
This is the only mini one they had there. They had all the Rudolphs and stuff, but Chris went with
that's
so
super cute.
he pulled it off the shelf. He goes, "Hey, look at this." I go, "Put it right in the cart."
Oh, Rudolph.
I'm gonna have to go look at mine
They
today.
had a Rudolph? I gotta go look at mine.
Yeah, they had Rudolph and the Humble Bumble at mine, and I got the.
Oh, cute.
I think they
At
had a
Dollar
mix-
General or Dollar Tree?
Dollar General.
You got the solar powered mouse from Dollar General.
Yep.
Well, I'll have to go buy 4 to get to my wife this afternoon, so I'll have to stop it.
If they had Mickey, I'll buy it off you.
Okay. Let me ask you something, Bridget. When you go to Disney World, do you ever go over to that outlet that you see on videos about?
No, I want to. We were planning on it this trip, but we just ran out of time.
I was just wondering whether there was whether you had gone over there and whether there was any you had scanned anything to see if.
No, but I really wanted to do that. But like I said, we ran, and to take an Uber from where we were to there, it was like $25. And I said, "Am I really going to save $25?" You know what I mean? Like I had to make sure it was worth the cost.
There's an auction house in Orlando that has Thursday night auctions, and they get a whole bunch of this Disney stuff, like the snow globes and everything. That I don't know if they're getting it over there at that Disney outlet or whatever, and then they auction them off, or they did when I was down there.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think the next time I go, I'm gonna have to rent a car. Or something.
You fly down.
I did.
Hank says, "What's this? What's this? There's chitchings everywhere. What's this? What's this? There's sales all in the air." she said, "That's just for you, the Nightmare Before Christmas eBay edition."
I drove once, Tom. It wasn't the best experience driving there, and I think it was just because of the situation. I can't say who I was. My kids were with me, and they were fine. But it was just it was the situation. I think I'd be fine driving now.
That's a long ride.
Yeah.
A really long ride.
Very long ride. And
Have you guys seen that video about? They're talking about the snow, and they're like, "What's this shit?" or something. And it's that song.
No,
I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna have to find it. It's hilarious.
But I was just wondering if you'd ever gone there because the one that I just saw was very recent, like 3 or 4 days ago. And so they had all the Halloween stuff there. And there's like $160 for a damn Mickey Mouse shirt. First of all, who would pay that? But now it's on sale for like $19.99.
Oh, was it Tim the Tracker that you saw do it?
Does he have a is he the one that's got the mustache and the beard?
Yes.
The little beard, not a big beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well, that's the wrong thing.
But I just hundreds. Which he was going through all these little girls' costumes, and I thought to myself, if I had a little girl, I could see myself spending that kind of money on little girls.
Not 160, but yeah.
I have to go somewhere. I'll be back, guys, if you're still here. If not, bye, everybody.
All right.
All right.
Bye, Nikki.
Not the 160, Bridget. Bye, Nikki. I'm just talking because these were on clearance. You know, they were like
Oh, okay.
$19.95 or something like that.
Oh, yeah, Mary. Ray Spooner shirts. Those go for quite a bit.
The who?
Ray Spooner shirts.
What is that?
It's a manufacturer. They make Disney shirts, but they make other ones too. But yeah, all their shirts usually go pretty. But yeah, that one was the $160 one was that a Tommy Bahama one?
Yes, it was. It was.
And it was Tim the Tracker you watched.
Yes. And he kept picking up all these little bowls.
Yeah.
Little bowls like this. He's like,
what do you use these for?
that's it. That was the one.
Yeah, he had some good videos.
Definitely the one.
He puts out some good videos, and they get paid like, you know, they'll go to these Disney events like the Mickey's Not So Scary or Christmas party, and they'll be videoing. He's like, okay, I just need, you know, I need to disclose that Disney paid for our tickets to come and blah blah blah. Chris looks at me. He's like, why can't we have a job like that? All right.
Had to break up my kids.
Across the street from my mother-in-law's house, they're like Disney higher ups. They work in the office there, like management or whatever. They gave us the free park hopper tickets there for one day.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I had to go break up my cats. They decided they wanted to fight like brother and sister always does.
Like somebody's in heat.
But anyway, yes, he was holding up all those little bowls. I was like, what is this stuff? But, well, that was something they could get $14.95 for some unsuspecting father.
I don't think you can buy really anything for $14.95 in the park. Maybe a keychain.
Yeah, those clothes are just...
Yeah, their shirts are... Because we bought some Star Wars shirts. Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty... Even like the kids' ones are like $35-40.
Yeah.
But there's several people that go over to that outlet, and I figured Bridget had been there.
Yeah, I've never gone to it. Jim won't go to downtown Disney either.
Why? Because you'll want to buy something, or Brandon will want to buy something?
I'm not a big shopper. No, Jim's like, no, that's for people that can't go in the park. They go over to downtown Disney. It's stupid. I've never been to it, so I'm only going. He's like, no, it's stupid. His brother goes to it. His brother will not go to the park, but go to downtown Disney, so he judges us on that. It's like, no, I'm not going.
Why does his brother go to the park?
I don't know, because they got too many kids. It costs an arm and a leg. They probably have to give one of their kids in as park tuition.
Okay, who's going to college, or are we going to Disney World?
Yeah.
And that's about it. It costs just about a year's tuition for a family of 4 to go and stay in the park.
Yeah, and they're a family of 5, so I mean, for me, it was like $1,000 for the 3 days, and I did. Those people gave me 1 day as a ticket, and that doesn't include what you're going to spend in food, or you're going to end up buying trinkets and stuff. I mean, it ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Stop
and I'm
it.
not staying there or anything, you know.
Sorry, let me mute this.
What happened?
What happened? Everybody's on mute.
I don't know.
What the hell? Anyway.
sorry, my cats were about to get into a fight on my desk. I had to call Vonnie and tell him to come get Pumpkin and take him out before.
Pumpkin's starting a big fight.
Pumpkin was. I'm surprised you didn't. That was not my stomach that was growling. If that's what
We didn't hear anything.
she was over here going, yeah. And I can't fuss at him all the time because they fight like a real brother and sister does, which they are litter mates.
Yeah.
Last night she was sitting in my lap. Pumpkin was up on this card table my wife does her arts and crafts on. And all of a sudden she started going, ah, you know how they'll do?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why don't you be quiet? He's not doing anything to you. And then my wife, Roberta, walks by and she says, they're doing that I'm not touching you routine. That's what Pumpkin's doing. He's just looking at her.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day. I hope everybody has a great day. I got some serious stuff, not serious, but
Serious stuff.
I got some serious stuff to get done today. I've got to get. I got to find a place for these 4 boxes.
Oh, did they all come?
Oh, they came yesterday.
Mallory, please show me one.
Show you one what?
What's in one box?
Oh my gosh.
I've been dying to see what she got.
Maybe I'll do a haul video.
Or just a private haul video is fine. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, everybody.
But
I know it takes time away from you listing it though.
well, and I was gonna try and get. I was gonna open those up, and I got to get basically a different box or a different tote for those, and then yeah, I got to get some organization here because I'm running out of space. like it's hard enough just to walk, to be able to walk through the house. So I am gonna have to move some stuff around so I can.
If somebody comes to your house, you have to say, I'm not a hoarder, I'm a reseller.
Oh yeah, the mailman came in the other day and said, well, you sold a lot, maybe you can get your living room back. And I was like, no.
Well then, Mr. Mailman.
Because you know me, once I get it emptied out, I put more stuff in it.
So Valerie, the mailman comes into your house a lot?
Well, he's never done that before. But I think number one, I think it was cold. And I had those 44 packages that he had to, and they were all inside. So I was like, well, I don't really like people to come in the house, but he just kind of did. So
he just kind of did.
Yeah.
I was like wondering what he was delivering. Just simple question.
I'm sure he was quite surprised when he came in the house and seen stacks of stuff. So, whatever. And this was the guy that I was asking the lady at the post office. I asked her if he was single, and she said no. And she said no, he's not. So.
Oh man.
Well, see, that's what I was kind of getting at right there.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Do these girls need to have a talk with you, Valerie?
Do what?
Do these girls need to have a talk with you about safety and being careful when you've got strange men in your house?
No.
Talk to her all the time about it. She just doesn't listen.
Believe me, if there's somebody gonna come in my house and start shit, they better pack a lunch because we'll be here for a
while. While Valerie's getting rid of the body.
I got a couple of bats, a couple of knives hidden. Yeah, it may be a good fight, and I may get some punches, but I'd hate to see what the other guy looks like.
Some people I know down in Chester County, which is a rural county below us, and their family probably has about 2,500 acres all together.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, his my friend's wife is works with social services,
Mm-hmm.
and so they were having a cookout, and she brought one of the boys from one of her clients with her, just so he could go riding and whatnot. Anyway, he started firing on my friend's daughter, and she turned. His daughter is 17. She turned around, looked at him, and said, "Let me tell you something. I'm not interested in you. That means you're not interested in me. And if you keep being rude, I have a lot of places on. I have how'd you put it? I have 2,000 acres to bury you, and nobody will ever find you."
Oh my gosh! Wow.
She,
Well, that doesn't scare him off. That yeah.
well, you know those horse girls. You know how they are.
Mm-hmm. I do. I do.
Them cowgirls are tough.
Yep.
That's because they can lift a lot.
That's right. They're used to throwing saddles.
They're used to stacking hay and
Yep. Yep. So,
Y'all have a good day.
yeah, everybody have a wonderful day out there, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
And
Guys.
bye, guys.
see ya.
Have a good day. Love you.